Okay, so we're going to start her head now. It's all combed out. Her body's done. And I'm going to start with her ears. Now her ears aren't really very long, so I'm not going to take a lot off her ears. When you pull out the length of the ear, the very bottommost hair should not be beyond the nose. It should be about halfway up their muzzle. So I'm going to just clean up the outside edges of her ear. I'm going to do this with my curved. I know that the pink goes about 1/4 of an inch beyond what I can see, so I always have to be aware that that's there. When I do the top, I comb up, make sure my fingers have crossed over the edge of her ear leather, and then I can take off however much I want up here. Okay. Now, we're going to comb this down. I'm going to try to shape in her jawline. I don't want to take off the hair. I can take off some, but I don't want to take off a bunch of this because that's what's blended into the ear to make the little round head, for those of you that like that. For those of you that don't, you can take off as much of this as you want. It's a matter of taste to me. It's whatever you want. It's personal preference. I like to kind of get a line going, and then I can finesse that line as I finish up the head. Rule of thumb is this bottom hair off the end of the chin should come out about 1 inch. Anything beyond that can go. And it does get tighter closer to the back of the neck where the jawline meets the neck. So you want to get a little tight in there and then fan out. Okay, so that's about 1 inch. And you want to look at it, make sure it looks in balance to her face. Okay, I'll do the other side. Okay, Lizzie, just sit down. Again, the ear. I can take a little off of this. I'm going to go with my curved. You want to check by holding up the other ear to see if you've gotten it about the same length. Again, you pull up till you feel your fingers go over the edge of her ear, and then cut. That way you know you're not cutting off the tip of her ear. I have seen it well, I would say it done, but I have seen the aftermath of it done. Okay. Again, get yourself a line. Don't go too far into the ear. Tighter into the jaw. Okay, so I have a rough cut in her. Okay, now I'd like to find her eyes here. So we're going to, first of all, pull this all back out of the way. And this forward. I'm going to use the trimmers to trim right there at the stop of her nose. Right in here. Again, you just graze. If you take the 10 on your oyster clippers, that works. But again, don't come down hard on the skin because you can cut them. Here, I like to comb everything forward. I like to cut out the nose area. Bring this forward, about halfway up the muzzle, forward. Bring it out till you get all the scragglies off. Now you can comb it into place, see if you like that. If it needs more off, take it off. Halfway up the muzzle. Come forward. It's fine. Still. Then I like to clean the upper lip. Now some of you may like to scissor it. I like to do it nice and quick, but hold their mouth tight. If they lick the clipper, it will cut their tongue. Just like that. They just have a propensity to lick that every time. Now this part, I come up. I take a straighter level edge right across the top. I'm going to take this stuff down out of her. I don't want to curve it down into the cheek. I want to just take off this top long hair. That way you don't mess up your line. If you want to bring it out a little bit, that's fine. Some people like to make a little line there with their scissors. That's fine. And then you comb it down. Hi, Liz. Now, to do the bang or the visor area, you start with just a little at a time. Bring down what's around the eyes, what's on the eyelid. And then you want to go in there and trim that out. Now I go in, I don't like to go in with the point. I go in with the back part of the scissors. It seems safer. Lizzie's very good at standing still for me when it comes to her face. So, but I still don't like to take too many chances. Okay, now this little part above the nose, I'm going to take that back. Just a little bit of that scraggly off. Okay, she's got a little bit of a cowlick here. Not too bad though. Okay, I'm going to bring the next line down. Here again, I do like to use my curved, just because it makes it faster. You can do it with your straight. Up came the ears. That's right. I know. That's Amber snoring over there. Amber is my shadow. She's not with me at all times. You'll hear her constantly barking. Okay. And again, I'm going to bring down a little more. Holding your scissors at an angle. Back and take that off. And when you get to about here, which would be about a third of the way up the forehead, you want to comb it up. Okay, and then you're going to bring this from in front of the ear forward. Now, whenever a dog is walking away from you in the ring, the judge is looking at the side view. They want to see this eye. So they don't want to see this. You know, we're constantly fluffing. So we have to get a nice even line there. With my curved scissors, I come in there and take that line of hair right out. Okay, good. And then you can brush it back. Same over here. Now I take it closer on my pets than I would with my show dogs, but either way you get the idea. But now you can see her, even if I fluffed all this out, you're still going to see a cute little eye there. Okay. Now we're going to do the top, and then we'll come back to the front area. Now she has got a poof, I'm telling you. First of all, we've got a lot of excess hair here by the ear. You're going to come in and take that all off. All the way back and around. Amber. And what's good is right now she's paying attention to what's going on, so I'll take that opportunity to cut this area. And I'm just grazing up, cutting, grazing, cutting, grazing, cutting. Girl. And on the back of the head, you can do the same. Now I started doing heads for years on poodles as a child with straight edge scissors. So this can be easily done with straight edge scissors. It's just a little bit easier with the curved. Really makes it nice. But also with the curve, you have to be careful because if you're doing something, you have to keep the nose out. If nose in, you're gonna mess your line up. So you have to always keep the nose up. And as you can see, I do not take off much at all. I mince off the hair. And mince and mince and mince and mince. But it's the only way to get it smooth and professional looking. Okay. Okay, she's starting to come into shape now. Look to the camera. Here you go. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah? Yeah? Girl, you are so cute. So cute. Is that my Lizzie girl? Hmm? And sometimes it's fine to just work on the head a while, put them down, go back to it later. You certainly don't have to continue. If the dog's antsy or you're tired, it's better to put the scissors down than to make a mess for yourself and then end up having to take more and more off. I don't hold scissors like normal people or groomers should. They should be held like this, ring finger and thumb. But I have a trigger ring finger, so I use my middle finger. And it works for me. Right, Liz? Works for Mom. Now I wonder how I ever learned to cut paper with my index finger and thumb. Can't even do that now. Okay, now look at her little profile here. She's a little long on this side. You want to sit down? Sit down. No. No. Good girl. Thank you. That was very good. And you really have to move the dog's head around and look at it from different angles and comb it up, because there's always going to be something sticking out. Again, grazing up on this area, starting under the chin, grazing up. Do the same thing with the ear, just always know where the ear leather is. grazing and cutting, graze and cut. Again, this is another instance where you don't want to come over and pitch in with these scissors. You want to make sure that you're really using this part of the scissors as you're rounding the head. Another little thing I want to show you is a lot of times they get this little brown right here. You take your trimmer, graze over that. A lot off, but you can get rid of a whole lot of that brown that way, and it disappears. Again, over here, she doesn't have a lot. I could do more, but there's no reason. If she was showing, I might go a little bit more. I'd rather take off than bleach. Yeah. And now you fine tune. Hear the weather bug on the computer? She hears Dad walking around. He's doing some remodeling to the bathroom. So if you've heard the saw and the miter box and all those tools, he's been working on our bathroom. You're looking pretty good, huh? You think so? Good girl. Good girl. Okay. And that is pretty much it. She's, I can go shorter on her, but for right now, I think we're good. Look over here, Liz. A little bit here. There. There's those ears. Look over here. All right. Besides a little hair in her eye, which we'll get out with some saline solution, I think she looks pretty good. Okay. That's it. Thank you very much.